All right, welcome to the Quad Managed Football Guys Draft, a tradition that was born last year. We triggered hundreds and hundreds of people with our radical ideas about structural drafting. And hell, if we weren't going to run it back. Oh my goodness, we got the FFPC horn kicking off. We are live. We drew the 8 slot. We have my guy, Pat Carrain, the biggest sheep of all, the man in the crosshairs of the counselor. And of course, we also have our guys from Rotoviz who don't always just show their faces, but tonight they do. Blair Andrews with a nice guitar hanging in the background, and Hasan in his den ready to talk us into Cam Akers tonight. How we doing, guys?
Doing good. Welcome, guys.
Come on, guys. I just gave every bit of energy I had, and you need to give me something back.
Absolutely. No, I'm just excited to be back here. I remember that you mentioned on the first pod about Pat actually playing the music for us live, and I can tell you behind the scenes, he absolutely was.
Okay, this draft is just absolutely flying here. We need to evaluate what is going on here. Okay, we are
on the clock, guys. We are on the clock.
Okay, we have a
Kittle. No, I think Adams.
See, I think Kittle. I do not, Pat. We cannot come out of this construction without an elite tight end.
I mean, we could always reach for Andrews in the second if we wanted.
How about we take 5 straight running backs?
This is going to be a disaster. I can argue. You guys are in for a treat tonight.
Hassan, who do you like?
I'm ambivalent between Adams and Kittle, but I could be talking to Dalvin.
Look. I don't know. I don't think Kittle is going to come back. So if we want an elite tight end, we have to get Kittle here.
Hassan,
what about Cook? Any interesting Cook?
My vote's Kittle. Blair votes Kittle. Pat, are you voting Adams? Hassan, you need to.
I'm voting Adams.
Oh shit! I'd be Adams, but then that way we're fucked because if we're gonna.
We're gonna draft Cook in 10 seconds.
Let's just go Kittle and then just like figure out wide receiver.
There it is, 3-1, Kittle.
Okay, come on, Pat.
I drafted George Kittle. I changed my vote. I didn't want to draft Cook.
I drafted George Kittle. God.
So Kittle's actually pretty interesting because he's like, I think his ADP is a little too low for a guy who lost his biggest target threat.
We can justify every pick after we make it.
I think that's a good point, Hasan. After Deebo Samuel went down, you would have expected Kittle's ADP to jump up a little more, maybe.
Yeah, like almost like I was actually kind of expecting him to be the TE1, like ahead of Kelsey.
He was awesome last year. If he gets more targets, sky's the limit, boys.
Right. I mean, partially because Kelsey just didn't really have a good season until Hill really went out. Like you could see the impact of Mahomes sort of just attacking the defense's weaknesses a little bit more, where he just doesn't care who he throws it to. And Hill really did a lot in those early weeks before losing, before missing time with an injury. But then they also drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Remember, Damian Williams was struggling with it was it ribs or was it knee or something? He suffered an injury in preseason. Remember?
Right.
Ooh, Hopkins.
Ooh. So can we just, this draft started like a bat out of hell. I was like, we're going to be done by 9 o'clock. I mean, we're just gonna, holy cow.
Yeah, recap it for us here.
Let's also pull behind the curtain here. Today, over the past couple days, there has been an email thread with literally hundreds of emails. At one point, Blair and Pat were arguing over who was a better Odell comp, Jalen Reagor or Henry Ruggs. I mean, Hasan, tell the people about the madness, Blair, the madness in this email chain.
Oh my goodness. And it's actually great because there's been
hang on, because Hasan had just on that email chain said today's news on Cam Akers made him more bullish on Cam Akers. The news on Cam Akers was that he's going to be in a 4-way committee. So I don't think you should toss to Hasan on explaining the madness of the thing.
Yeah, that just sort of explains it. But there's been quite a few prop bets just thrown around, and there might be a lot more before the night is done. So it's going to be exciting.
That I have learned that secretly Hasan loves Cam Akers more than anyone else in this world.
Oh gosh, him and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah,
it's a sad realization. I came to it at that Akers, when I sent the Akers email. I was like, oh shit,
This seems like such a weird own to put up a tweet comment that says Hasan is the king. I have to cover out Hasan's face with the Sorry, Hasan. You are the king, but you have also been canceled for your Cam Akers.
Yeah.
Bring up this. Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. You guys request what you want here. We got the draft open. We got the Rotoviz command center here. We're going to have an interesting decision here very soon. I imagine it's going to involve lots of arguing and a frantic pick.
Oh God.
Were we up next?
Yes, we are up next.
Mark Andrews just went.
Dude,
yeah.
Wow.
That really changes. So
is Pat wearing a hat or is that his fro? Is a comment. It's going to be both. It's a hat on a fro.
Okay, so let's head over here to the command center. Let's look at our options. We know we are not taking Josh Jacobs or Nick Chubb. I mean, this really puts us into, the Tyreek, Julio range. Does someone want to make a case for a running back and get booted from the stream? The floor is yours.
Well, we did talk about Eckler.
The only reason we talked about Eckler is because he's more of a wide receiver, right?
Okay, so Tyreek goes.
All right, we got to go Julio here.
Julio, we just have to.
Blair, where are you at?
I like Julio. Are we on the clock now?
Yes, we are on the clock.
All right, let's get Julio then. I actually like Godwin more than Julio, but let's go Julio.
Wow.
Wow.
The chat like Julio. This is the only reason I want to go receiver here is because we have to do a true zero RB draft.
We have to go true zero running back. We're with the true zero running back quad managers. And Pete, can you explain what happened today? This comment here was asking if I'm going to derail our season with my zero running back sheet mentality. I like the running backs the most of the people on this stream.
It is true. Pat looks like a conservative normie based on the extremists he's surrounded by right now.
Wait, 15 seconds left. You got to put it in, Pete.
Oh, I put it in. Come on, Pat. Trust me. I'm at the helm here. I got the buttons. Tom Everett Scott last week told me I had nimble little fingers. Okay, I know how to maneuver around all.
I did see you get in a pick on 1 second today on your live stream with Amika.
I've done 300 hours of live streaming over the past 2 months. It's the only thing I'm good at anymore. Okay. So what happened today, if you guys missed it, was somehow an ETR article was up on Yahoo and someone sent it to the counselor. First of all, I just want to say, do I poke the bear every now and again? Yes. Was it me who sent him the zero RB article? No, it was not. It goes up on his story. So we share that. But the real gem was the follow-up. He was still so steamed about it that he was unpacking. God bless this guy's wife. God bless her soul. He takes a break to call Pat an idiot piece of shit sheep with the worst graphic stretch of everybody, and he had to read the article. It was that bad.
He didn't read the article, though. He was so mad that the article even existed. It's beautiful. It was so fun.
He was mad that he had to take time out of his day to read this.
Oh my God. It was to get on the count, it's like this is what's been so tilting about me. I've been trying to cultivate this relationship for the counselor, and you guys will think I'm full of shit. Literally half a decade. I don't even get in the same Scott Fishbowl division with him after brokering that. He doesn't ever share any of my stuff. He's sharing Pat's article. I'm being tucked left and right. I have laid the groundwork. I need to reap some of these rewards.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
When I DM with the counselor, do you call him Joseph, Joey, or Pete? Actually, none. It's just so casual. We just kind of fall into conversation that we don't actually even have to address each other by name. Let's check on some of these picks here. The running back truthers are loving this, getting Chubb and Jacobs here because those guys can go late first in some of these drafts. Your guy, Chris Godwin, goes, Blair. What else are you guys seeing with this board so far? It's an interesting draft. You never see Mark Andrews going this early.
I think we started that by taking Kittle so early.
Yeah. We just aggressively went in on Kittle. That's kind of the way to do it, though, right? Because if you're going to
take credit for that pick.
I will also say you don't usually see empty ahead of like Ezekiel Elliott and Kamara, but that's a thing that happened also. I do in the final email that like I sent before we jumped on stream, I mentioned that like Julio was a no-go for us at 108 just based on probabilities and getting him in the second and just getting him there because I thought that there was a bit of a tier break between Julio and the Nuke Godwin A-Rob tier, and so I'm kind of glad that we kind of got ostensibly the last of the quote-unquote WR1s, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because the other way to play it would have been to go with Adams, which is what I was hoping we do. But I'm happier with this to go Kittle because we wouldn't now with Andrews gone that we know there's a 0% chance we would have gotten Kittle. So we get Kittle and Julio. I think that's better than the alternative, which would probably been like maybe Adams and Andrews, right? Or Adams and a receiver.
I do just want to fill you guys in on some weird things that happen in the chat. Doing these live streams week after week, there is this guy, David, who logs on every week and just talks about Keyshawn Vaughn. I swear it does not matter what time of the round it is. It doesn't matter if he's been picked. He just says, please take Keyshawn Vaughn. How do you not get Vaughn? I'm just kind of introducing you to my chat and just letting you know the kind of tomfoolery we are up for tonight.
Well, it's funny because there's not consensus on Keyshawn Vaughn. What is the freaking...
Okay, commissioner assistance requested by Jordy 4. I mean, come on, dude. What's going on here? Let's check the chat here. Jordy tore his ACL again. I have no idea what's going on here. This draft is already just wild. I mean,
it's his. I think he's a
A-Rob, but did he not want that pick?
Did he just get a pick rolled back?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to.
Is he filibustering with these trumpet calls? I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to delay. And everyone's getting pissed off saying you can't just ask for a commissioner help.
Yeah, you can't just. I mean, yeah, like
that's what he's doing. He just keeps hitting the commissioner help button until he decides to pick.
You can literally filibuster in one of these drafts.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
I think he sat on his mouse by accident and it was right over the commission help button.
Well, I mean, like he picked Allen Robinson ahead of Austin Eckler. And I think he had like immediate like buyer's remorse.
No, the other guy picked Allen Robinson.
Oh, so it's Jordy 4.
Pat,
yeah.
You need to empty the queue out because everyone can see the queue and it's like 8 picks ahead, and you just need to empty it out so I can share that screen.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't put the queue in.
You didn't?
I put the queue in.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll empty it out.
I emptied it out. It's gone.
It's full of Cam Akers and DeAndre Swift.
I don't like any of those players, Pete.
Why? Yeah. How did Hasan put Cam Akers in the queue 19 different times?
I actually asked the commish for help as well.
He was
This is a mess. I mean, what is going on here? So now we're just paused?
Yeah, we're just paused. Yeah, because Jordy.
So
it's getting carted off the field.
FFPC commish says, Jordy, I see you are asking for help.
Yeah, and then he said my draft board is frozen. Just refresh the screen. He's like, oh, my bad. So this has been your moment of IT help needed. Do
you think he read Sean's article on the clock and just immediately regretted drafting Allen Robinson instead of the cheaper, higher upside options later?
But wait, you're still showing a queue.
Oh god, that's what I mean.
You're still showing a queue here.
Click something on your screen, Pete.
Yeah.
Click it.
I think you should refresh your draft room so you're not displaying the queue that. I mean, to be fair, this was Hasan's queue, so we will not be drafting off it.
That's not even my queue. That queue has a bunch of guys who were picked. It's got Miles Sanders and shit.
True.
Oh my god. Oh.
All right. We're still paused here.
Technical difficulties.
Blair, is there anyone we would pick that would prompt you to take the guitar off and play us a ditty?
No, you don't want to hear that.
What guitar is that? Is that Gibson?
It's a knockoff Gibson.
An Antonio Gibson? A knockoff Gibson? You mean Lynn Bowden?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at the jokes. What's going on with this draft here? Okay, this is hilarious. Richard is suggesting, did you try turning it on and off again? We're in the Nintendo 64 tech support phase. They're asking him what browsers he's using. This isn't even FFPC commish, just other people asking him what browser he's using.
Everyone's chiming in.
Have you deleted your cookies?
Oh, this is truly a disaster. I love how we were thrown into just absolute chaos right out of the start, and now the draft has literally screeched to a halt.
I think they're like canceling the tournament and giving us like the grand prize for starting.
Wait, the horn just went off. That's a good sign.
I don't think the horn is a good sign. That to me is the filibuster sign.
No, I think the clock restarted.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Jordy
I selected Austin Eckler.
There it is.
Okay, there you go. I mean, protesting to get Austin Eckler on your squad. We're back. We're ready to roll.
I think it's going to take CEH. He has.
Oh, that would be fun.
How is he? He's going to ignore the siren song of Mahomes here, though. And like both Mahomes and Lamar are going so early that like you squeeze any upside you're getting out of them, just out of your squad.
Yeah. CEH, he's falling in draft. I just think in general, all these rookie ADPs are going to jump so much over the next. I think CEH will be a back end of the second pretty easily in most drafts. There he goes. He did
a good value there.
Yeah,
I mean,
he is.
Two good picks there.
Yeah, so that team, to me, that is, if you were going to go robust RB out of the one hole, that's the way you do it.
That is the way you do it, I think.
That's
I don't like 3 RB starts, but you can that one's like the best you can do.
That is the one right there. C-Mac, Austin Eckler. You know what, Jordy, I understand why you had to filibuster on the clock to make that happen.
Yeah, just running the numbers there, like CNC, Eckler, and Edwards are there. So.
Okay, so Evans goes. We got a little ways here. This is kind of actually a dicey spot for us.
Dude, this guy David in the chat is just relentless. Someone says, you got to go for Geis. Have you seen his Twitter feed lately? And then David goes, don't reach for Geis. Go for Vaughn.
Pat today is confronting so many, it's unstoppable force versus immovable objects. First, Pat goes against the counselor, and now we got Rojo versus the biggest Keyshawn Vaughn fan of all time. Classic head-to-head matchup.
Oh
so
my
you
God.
now have 2 quarterbacks off the board. Mahomes goes 304. Fellas,
I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on Kenny Golladay here.
So
Kenny Golladay, I think, is pretty interesting here.
I do.
Yeah, it depends on who's there. Like, I don't think I'd want Golladay over DJ Moore.
Or or Juju maybe. Well, so that's where like it gets like dicey for me because like that's just to me like one big tier because like Golladay with Stafford under center was a match, and even without, there goes Moore. So,
oh well.
So this leaves us.
It's putting us. We have options. So Kenny, it looks like he's only here 35% of the time for us. So I mean, I don't have a ton of Kenny Golladay, but I've never been really in the ranges to get him. I think he would be firmly in range here.
So we've got.
I like it.
It's like, hard to tell who. I mean, this is maybe going to sound crazy, but if he goes, I kind of like Ertz.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
So over Juju.
I
think I'd be looking at probably.
I would.
Yeah,
I
what
would
are the
be on
chances Juju makes it back?
Well, we're up next, so it's just whatever.
Juju has an 8% chance of coming back.
Okay.
Okay, Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell go. So
Golladay and Juju are options. We can do Golladay.
You guys want to do Golladay?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah,
Golladay.
I don't have much Golladay, but I like that.
Yeah, I don't have much Golladay either. I mean, this is the price.
It's between Golladay and Ertz for me. So do you want to is there any desire to just go 2 elite tight ends and then lock that position down.
One thing to consider is about Ertz is we've already seen the teams who really wanted to prioritize tight end grab them. I think there's a legitimate chance that he could fall.
He could, yeah.
I do. I agree.
All right.
So we can roll the bones here.
Let's get, because Galladay's a nice little
I'm going to take a chance.
All right. I like this team. This is not like Julio and Galladay are just not guys I've been ending up with a lot. I'm excited to have shares with you brothers.
Yeah, me too. Now, if we were not so gung-ho on doing a zero running back draft tonight after the counselor called me out for being a zero running back sheep, would we David's mad we didn't take Vaughn there.
you gotta ignore him. You can pop the phone at the beginning. And then
it's my first draft with David. It's very funny to me. Yeah, so if we weren't so committed to making this a zero running back night, would you have felt about going Cook at 108 since he was there? You guys would have wanted to do Kittle instead of Cook regardless?
That's it's such a hard question though. I really do like Cook quite a good bit this season. I also was considering Miles Sanders, but I do think, I don't know, we've just never really been in the situation to draft Kittle kind of where I think we're getting almost like a one spot discount to Kelsey a little bit. Just I mean, like I think that the Deebo Samuel injury, even though he's supposed to return in time for training camp or what have you, I mean, it's not like, I mean, I was reading Dr. Jeff Butoff's article over on Rotoviz about Deebo Samuel's prognosis, and the chances of re-injury are high, which in turn leaves Kittle as like this fairly high floor option, right? And I just don't think that like that scenario has been accounted for enough. Whereas the delta between a Kelsey and a Hill, like Kelsey should be going.
There goes Ertz.
There goes Ertz. That's fine.
Blair just punches his desk, turns off the computer.
So for you guys, the Cook thing is not.
There are some picks that might make me smash the guitar.
If we have to draft Rager over Ruggs.
There you go.
Like, man, I really want to be in a position to take both though. Like both of them are just such good high upside options, and I feel like there's enough here.
Let me just give people a peek about what is happening. Is us talking ourselves into drafting a wide receiver in literally every single round.
This is truly a zero running back draft, and that we will not draft a running back. We're playing waivers, man.
Last year, our team was so loaded. Tyler Boyd was having a great season, could not sniff our starting lineup. We could not get Tyler Boyd into our starting lineup last year. Oh, my God. And Juju goes, okay. Amari goes, oh, boy, this is a rough little spell here.
I think
we can survive it.
Somebody. We're all
sitting here. We're all sitting here thinking about the same guy, I think.
We're all thinking about somebody, and three of us are thinking of one guy, and Hasan's thinking about Cam Akers.
Hasan wants that Cam Akers.
Do you see Cam Akers as like ADP? That's frothy in that it's not high enough. I guess I used frothy wrong.
I do think it's a little strange that today's news made you more bullish on Cam Akers.
I was actually, yeah. So part of it is I just think that Sean McVay is not a very sharp guy. I mean, this is just sort of obvious. I think at this point, it should be at the very least. Like he's almost flailing around at the running back position. He's re-signing Andrew Whitworth, a 39-year-old left tackle. Like they're just not like the Rams. If they were like confirmed quote unquote sharp, they'd be making far more optimal moves than they currently are. And like the canary in the coal mine is him throwing out Joshua Kelly, who's I'm a big fan of his because he's like a skater, but he was waived in season last year, failed to beat out like CJ Anderson.
Talk me out of AJ Brown.
We're taking AJ Brown here. We're taking AJ Brown here.
Blair?
Yes.
Hang on, Blair.
Yeah. I actually thought that some of you might have been thinking about Calvin Ridley.
No. Whoa, we're sitting here thinking.
I mean, I wasn't. I was thinking about AJ Brown, but I wasn't sure about you guys.
Do we have a consensus? A consensus pick?
Oh shit!
He's on the squad. Boom.
Oh God.
This is first time we've all agreed on anything, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Look at this team. Oh my God. George Kittle, AJ Brown, Kenny Galladay, Julio Jones. Mwah! Mwah!
Not a running back in sight.
Let's go.
I mean, you can also say the same thing about Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Leonard Fournette, and David Johnson. They're not running backs. They're just guys who just sort of fly around your squad.
Okay, guys. So I think we start thinking about running backs in maybe like the 12th or 13th round because drafting wide receivers is so fun.
Oh,
look at how excited Blair is by that.
Blair is geeking.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so true.
All right. Back to business. We celebrated, but we're on to the next pick here. Although we have a ways until we pick again. Whew, man.
Woods over Ridley though.
That's wild.
I guess this guy's fearing the Hayden Hurst targets. I don't know, man.
So Hasan, are you expecting Akers ADP to drop from this news, and that's why it's exciting to you?
Yeah, just a little bit because at RB24, it's kind of rich. So we should probably get back into a little bit behind the scenes. Is we were discussing a little bit in the email thread. Was I was talking a little bit about the price appreciation a lot of these rookie RBs go through, whereas Hunt is kind of at RB25 maybe fairly valued, but we're still looking for a little bit more upside out of still also a little bit frothy at that point, right? So when you're looking at these 2 second-round RBs in Akers and Swift and Hunt sandwich between them, so you're looking at what is a scenario that gets you just this 25 plus point per game, and as Pat mentioned in the email, Hunt can benefit from an injury to Chubb, right? But there's also more target competition, I think, in Cleveland a little bit. Austin Hooper's not really good, but he plays in those shallow target depths, as does Landry, and maybe a healthy OBJ takes more away. I don't know. But Akers and Swift were drafted in the early second and mid second because the team's not happy with their running back picks, right? So even Kerryon Johnson came out earlier this offseason. It was I'm not a 3-down backup workhorse or whatever. And Akers' only real competition, in my opinion, is the threat of Henderson, who is actually playing pretty good. But John Kelly is not a real threat because he was waived midseason, then he was brought back this offseason. He'll probably be waived again. And Malcolm Brown is just your epitome of just a fantasy leech where he'll take 5 carries a game and get you 3 yards. So
this has been a pretty brutal stretch here. Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, DJ Chark.
That's awful, man.
That's just all of them went ahead of Adam Thielen, who Team 101 gets. So this just shows you how important those early round picks are.
What
you got
the hell, dude? Ronald Jones just went. What the hell, dude? What the fuck? Who are you, dude? You didn't even have to snipe him that early. That's so early for Ronald Jones. What the fuck, dude? Why would you take him in the 5th? Oh my God, you piece of shit.
Oh man.
This is the best thing.
Why would you take him at 502? It's totally unnecessary.
Sure. Monster just went 503 as well. What?
Oh my God.
Hey, look, now setting up for Vaughn. Now we might as well wait until the 12th, right?
Oh my God. This draft is just absolute perfection.
I'm not happy right now.
You finally met your match with Ronald Jones Love. JGFC 721 takes the crown.
His unpronounceable fuck takes Ronald Jones at 502.
Oh my God. Can I just talk? I love when this dynamic happens with streams and then the actual chat. So you got this team over here, Richard, saying, "Where's everyone from? Cressana, Pennsylvania here." And not knowing the madness that's going on over here. He's just dipping his wing and asking everybody where they're from. Okay, we are up next. All right.
As I was saying, there's an argument to be made for Akers, Singletary, and Swift here. There's also an argument to take Portland Sutton.
502. That's unnecessary.
Okay, Pat, we need to move on because we're going to be on the clock in a second. this is the board here based on ADP.
I have a guy I feel really strongly about.
Sutton, right?
Sutton.
Well, I was given that Ronald Jones just went 502. I was going to try to not mention him. There might be people with ears in this draft.
Sorry,
board.
Kevin, you're barking up the wrong room with your Keenan love right here.
I mean,
Ingram goes to. I mean, Sutton, and a guy.
but like we're not going to get the rookie RBs in the way back though. So I think that's a question. We're not going to get Sutton either. So
We're
I'm
talking-
ambivalent.
Are we seriously debating like Sutton versus Akers here?
I'm not. It's not a debate for me.
No,
Hasan?
I would much rather have Sutton here.
All right.
Yeah. So let me just ask this question: is Sutton your guys' top wide receiver on the board?
Oh yeah, it's
Let me see.
Yes.
yeah.
Devontae Parker, though.
You see, he's got a cartoon coming out with like his quote unquote nephew.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this, right? Sutton.
Let's do Sutton.
Okay. We'll have an interesting decision here at 6:05. Kevin is trying to use the Rotoviz projections against us, saying Keenan wide receiver 18, Sutton wide receiver 25. What you don't know, Kevin, is over at Rotoviz, there's a few moles. There's guys like Curtis Patrick who are pushing their robust RB and old wide receiver agenda, and it's skewing the rankings. If you filter out the robust RB guys for just the true zero RB extremists, you'll see Sutton is far ahead of Keenan.
You'll see Keenan Allen's wide receiver 35.
So we should probably pull back. Pull back the curtain just a little bit. We did a Rotoviz MFL 10 staff about a month and a half ago, and I think I drafted like arguably the worst fucking team that I've ever drafted in my life, and I think one of the wide receivers that picked on it was Keenan, and I made that pick and the amount.
Can I? To Team COVID Cowboys and to JGFC7721 on behalf of Blair and I, thank you. Thank you.
Please include me in that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I want no parts.
He took Ronald Jones. That's why we're thanking him.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were thanking COVID Cowboys for Cam Akers.
I'm thanking everyone for keeping us from our worst.
I'm a little upset about
by selecting an RB. Yeah. My concerns with Keenan and Mike Williams and just that entire offense comes down to we don't really we assume Tyrod is good, but the last time we saw him was him losing his job in 2.5 games to Baker Mayfield, and again a slow start for the Chargers would just mean another immediate hook, and then you get Herbert, and for all we know that's just not a net positive for any of the receiving core either. So Keenan's projection is totally fine, but I think there's reason to be cautious because we're familiar with what happened to wide receivers. Established wide receivers change teams, but just wholesale changing quarterbacks and offensive schemes overnight is a little bit trickier in my opinion.
Although I think Keenan's going to be a nice value if he gets back. Oh,
he just went at the turn.
So what are we thinking at this next pick? I mean, we could go running back here.
Yeah. So there's 3 RBs I really like in this range, and you know who they are. You can just
Can we all agree if Diggs is here, we have to take him?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You have no interest in Marquise Brown over Diggs?
Bring up a name. Think about this. Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I was going to say Marquise Brown over Diggs.
Hang on. Do you like Marquise Brown over Diggs, Blair?
I like Fuller over Marquise Brown too. I like Gallup over Marquise Brown.
The decision we have to make here is because you guys are then talking about, and let's just check the ADP. God, I love the Rotoviz Center, but I hate that it toggles back to the other draft.
Yeah, it toggles to the other draft. Yeah.
You guys lost Ian Arnold in your main event. Sorry.
There were no spoilers. We haven't released all the minis yet. So looking at ADP, the thing is I know we like other wide receivers down here too. We do. We legitimately have to think about it.
Diggs just got drafted, so I think my 2 votes are for one of Swift or Dobbins.
Ooh, come on.
I have absolutely no interest in Dobbins. I would take Swift here.
You would take Swift?
Although I don't love it, but I would take Swift. Yeah, I would take Swift.
I'm just kind of hoping he gets to us. Damian Williams just went, so we should consider Swift, even though we're doubling up on Detroit. But
okay, so we are on the clock now. We need to think fast. Swift is the highest based on ADP available. Yeah. Let's talk this through real quick. I mean, I don't see any wide receivers that I absolutely have to have here, although Blair, it seems like you really like Marquise Brown.
I think Brown might come back to us.
And I would also think about Landry here, but
we're gonna get a Landry, a Fuller, or Marquise Brown. One of those guys is coming back.
One of those guys is coming back easy.
I think Swift is the play here, and I don't even like Swift that much.
That's how I feel.
Swift's the play, I think. Unfortunately, we're doubling up on Detroit, but not much we can do.
All right,
please.
Unfortunately, you love Swift. You wanted Swift this whole time.
Blair,
I actually wanted you to book. I actually wanted you to book Swift versus Hunt because the reason that you gave why you didn't want to book it was because of the upside play, right? Like Swift has more upside theoretically than Akers.
Yes, Swift has more upside than Akers. I think he's a better pick than Akers. I think Swift is a pretty good value here, and I like picking Swift and then our whoever survives of the wide receivers rather than basically a wide receiver that none of us would agree on as being the top guy and then getting fucking Keyshawn Vaughn in the 7th. No, thank you.
Hang on, guys. I just had to queue up some funeral music because we took a running back. 1 sec. Rest in peace, here, RB.
I mean, this is a true zero running back start. No running backs through 5.
Yeah. There goes the guy I was kind of hoping would have made it back to us. Was Tyler Higbee.
Hasan, are you a closet Rams mega fan? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I really like putting the screws to the city of St. Louis whenever I can. So the second they left, I was like, "This is it, baby! I'm all in."
Why do you like? We're getting questions of why you like Higbee in the chat, and as someone who's had to defend Higbee in the past, I'd love to hear your Higbee defense.
In all honesty, kind of for the same reasons as you. Like the one thing about Gerald Everett, we should probably mention that we took Everett in the final round or something last year at the TU1. We turned him away before he really had a breakout, and we also turned away Higbee before he had his breakout. So it shows you how good we are at tight ends and their tight end streaming. But to that point though, so Everett is theoretically this arbitrage play on Higbee, but at the same time, wasn't he a healthy scratch the last 3 or 4 games of the season? And that to me is a little bit more of you're a healthy scratch during the highest leverage weeks of a team's playing. It seems a little bit tricky when the team's in the playoff race. But I have to double check on that.
Well, he had 1 target in week 16. I'm not sure, and then he was basically not involved. I'm not sure if he was healthy scratched or not. What I like about Tyler Higbee too is that obviously during that stretch where he was putting up ridiculous fantasy points, he was also incredibly efficient. But over the course of the season, he was also very efficient, yards per route run. He looks really good over the course of the entire season. So he kind of profiles as a guy who was playing really well and then got more opportunity and played amazing, which, is a situation that we're used to seeing more in rookie wide receivers or second-year breakouts. He happened to do it going into his 4th year, but he's a tight end where we know guys develop a little later, and he showed that efficiency in a small sample and then showed it in a much larger sample. So I'm excited about what he can do if they commit to him.
I think my thing with Higbee doesn't have anything to do about him as a player of the situation. It's just loving the that next tier of tight ends with Hawkinson and Gesicki and Fant, and it's just hard for me to pass up on the receivers there, where I don't like the receivers as much when I'm heading over to draft Hawkinson.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't actually mind Higbee, but it's hard to justify that pick with who else is usually on the board when he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys, and like that's kind of why I kind of just like getting Kittle in there in the first, because it just feels like every other tight end from here, like after like Ertz, is just chasing tight end points.
And the way, like Pat and I with our main event, so we took Alvin Kamara early and Mark Andrews early, and Pat and I basically think about Mark Andrews as one of our top flex options.
Ooh.
And then, the guy already left the chat. I think he's devastated. So we then drafted Hawkinson later, and so we kind of view it as Hawkinson as the tight end and Mark Andrews as kind of that elite flex play. Whereas you look at this team, because we didn't take the elite running back to start, there's also not as much benefit in that Higbee isn't going to sniff the lineup in the way he would if we had used one of those early wide receivers on a running back, if that makes sense.
Hey, let's talk about what we're going to do here, because I think every single one of our wide receiver targets just got taken.
Yeah, and I think there's like we talked very specifically about this scenario, and I'm almost wondering if we should just like go against it and do what I think we want to do.
Well, I don't know what I want to do now. Tell me what we want to do.
I have a really good idea of what I think we should do.
Please, yeah, exactly what Blair said.
Let's hear
Maybe
it.
it's what Hasan is thinking. It's something.
We're up next here. AJ Green just went. So like huge wide receiver run and
1 sec. I'm waiting to see what this guy does.
No, you can spell it. It does. These guys aren't watching. They're literally talking about where they're from in the chat. They're each other's godfathers now. It's nice.
I don't know if Hasan's thinking the same thing I am.
Yeah, I am.
Just say it. We're good.
I know.
I'm gonna go Kyler here.
Yeah,
Kyler.
I knew you were gonna say
and,
Kyler.
and there goes Edelman. So like the question is, do we want Kyler at all, or do we want to talk about like the opportunity cost that we're going to be suffering if we see someone like Wentz go in like the 12th?
So we are at pick going to be at pick 80. Kyler generally goes, it looks at pick 70. So you're definitely getting an ADP value there. I mean, the fact that we're setting up to need to hammer a ton of picks, if there's no one else we love here, I'm looking at this board here and I don't see a ton of opportunity cost in taking Kyler.
Right. I mean,
I don't either.
Who are we passing up? Like maybe Kirk?
No, Kirk, we could probably like,
Kirk goes later.
We have a chance to get Kirk coming back for the stack if we want it.
Yeah.
Cohen, James White.
This is a gross range.
It's a gross range.
I think Kyler's the pick here.
Yeah, I think Kyler's the pick.
Let's go with Kyler, guys.
I love it.
Edelman goes, wow. We did it last year. We took Kyler. We're martingaling it. Let's do it. No, I do not want to auto draft.
Dude, we just took Marlon Mack.
No way. No. I need to help. I need
get that back.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. We're gonna need like.
I'm filibustering. I'm filibustering.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Like. Why did it put us on auto draft?
I think that we took too long to talk about it.
No. We had lots of time.
No, we had time. We absolutely have time. So we should not have made fun of the guy earlier for filibustering, because now that's us.
No.
Yeah.
Commissioner.
Please.
There's absolutely no like.
What did I do?
How did we end up a Mac of all people?
The draft is paused. Thank you, Commissioner.
Yeah. Like of all things, it should like default to like the highest in ADP and give us Kyler.
Yeah, someone in the chat says the quad is not macking with that pick.
You're not. Oh man, that would be.
Yeah, that can't happen.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if they don't give us Kyler? I'm gonna shut down the stream. Blair's gonna snap the guitar in half.
Yeah, you guys should stick with Mac. I was gonna say,
I'm nauseous.
Could you imagine if we get this pick back and take Kyler, and then Mac has like an explosion season?
Come on, are they giving them to us?
Yeah. So the commission quad. Who do you want to pick? Deep breaths, guys. Deep breath.
Blair, there is a Nassim Taleb quote for that Mac scenario, and it is, missing a train is only painful if you're
all right, he reset it.
Say it again.
Missing a train is only painful if you run after it. Likewise, not matching the idea of success others expect from you is only painful if that's what you are seeking. Nassim Taleb.
I'm seeking Kyler Murray here, Hasan. That's what I'm seeking.
We're gonna get it. Relax. They reset it.
You just lost 20 viewers.
They saw us Marlon Mack and they were like, wow, these RB guys really.
Blair, you know what lost the 20 viewers? It was the DeAndre Swift pick.
I think that's right.
Look, he's got Swift right in the name. Like, what more do you want? That's all the scouting you need to do.
This is one of those nightmare scenarios, but I think we're okay. This guy Richard in the chat, he's having a lot of fun. I'm the Mac Daddy. Mac Daddy, yeah. Ain't no reason to bet you because I'm the Mac Daddy. He's having a blast. Pat. Oh my God. Yeah, Kevin says we came for 0RB and so you guys take a rookie running back in Detroit.
In the 6th round, Kevin. Come on.
But there is a really good Blair article that discusses why rookie running backs are the key behind 0RB, which I highly recommend reading.
It's true, although I did kind of say you should wait till like the 9th round to get him.
Yeah, but the ADPs are all pushed up now.
All right, we got Kyler Murray, boys. We got him.
Pat, I've never seen Pat so stressed.
Marlon Mack? That would be so bad.
Oh,
I was pitching Marlon Mack.
We're guaranteeing that Marlon Mack has a running back one season now.
So in that scenario, does Justin, what's his name? JT. I've just been calling him this whole time. I forget his name. Does that assume he tears his ACL?
He gets COVID.
Come on, Kevin, get out of here with this Mac over Swift. That's actually absurd. Kevin, we put up with a lot of your bullshit, but I draw the line there.
If I got sniped on Rojo in the 5th and ended up with Marlon Mack, I might quit fantasy.
I'd quit fantasy. I'd be done with this.
I'm not doing it. I'm not playing this game anymore.
How excited? I mean, I get so rock hard thinking about drafting a running back who is not going to catch any passes and has on his heels the greatest running back prospect since Ezekiel Elliott. That's the guy I want to draft on my team.
Yeah, get me that guy.
Oh, come on. All right. Let's calm down here. Alexander Madison is going at pick 7 apparently.
So do
I think we already know who we're taking here, right?
Well,
I
don't think we do.
I know who Blair's saying.
Oh, I know exactly who he's saying.
I know who he's saying, but I don't think I agree.
Our plans because you got sniped.
I think we need to be flexible here, like the running back drafters tell us. We need to take the best guy available.
The running back drafters, I can't believe we're letting them into our heads now.
When is Josh Allen gonna go? He should be going now. So
he should go.
I was looking at Alexander Madison.
The thing is that the guy we're talking about, it says there's a 79% chance he'll be there in 2 picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I don't know. That's
a high percentage.
21% chance he won't.
What do you guys? What do you guys think of if Mac does fall here? What would you put the pick in?
I can't even handle it. I can't handle it.
Oh my God!
And if we time out and end up taking Mac, and the commissioner comes back and he's like, "What the hell is going on?"
They're like, "These guys just screamed at us just so they could get an extra round value on Mac."
Be awesome.
Oh man.
Oh, the chat is they want Mac.
You want Mac. I honestly think maybe we should take Mac just to be legends.
This is what you guys are working against because these guys are used to doing the randomizer streams with me. That's just pure chaos. Anything goes, and they don't realize that we don't necessarily want to light $350 on fire.
So we were discussing Mac as a potential guy to consider. I can't remember what our ADP range on him was, there goes White. He's someone who you want in the FFPC format specifically because they'll give you weeks 1 through 4 touches, and in an 11-week season, that's kind of okay. But the tax you're paying the questionable usability is too high.
I'm not sure I buy that argument. Just draft a guy
Yeah.
like White or Cohen or something and get the receptions that'll last all season.
So
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we are up next. Brandon Cooks, Austin Hooper go. Let's start talking freely about our strategy because we need the extra time.
I think it's a pretty clear decision here. We went with Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
We need to get the stack.
The stack.
Yep.
I know it hurts, Blair, but there's a good chance that we were okay with your construction, and I'm okay, even though it makes no sense for our construction continuing to hammer wide receiver in round 9 if it happens to be.
So team 109, Mr. Hyde has taken 6 running backs through 8 rounds, 1 wide receiver and 1 quarterback.
But he won't pick again before we do, so that shouldn't factor into this decision.
No, I'm just letting them know that like the guy to the right of us is basically doing the inverse strategy as ours, and he doesn't have a tight end.
Okay,
let's go Kirk here, right?
You got started 3 wide receivers or 3 running backs rather. Team 1, I kind of love their team.
Yeah, team 1 is like crushing right now. But
this is definitely a gap in running backs. I don't see any desirable running backs here, which I know is an evergreen tweet. I agree. I like Christian Kirk. We're slightly reaching based on ADP, but not by much. And the stack potential. Is anyone have any other names? We have 10 seconds.
But
we have Blair's name, but we're playing on ADP. 5, 4, 3.
I just like making fat sweat now.
Is there data on whether stacking works in this?
Yeah, there was an article by Mike Leone on EstablishTheRun.com that it was excellent.
All right, I missed it.
Easy with these tout wars.
So stacking. I mean, for best ball, it doesn't really work that much because Marvin Jones. Don't
get distracted, Hasan. Stay on the stacking.
So for best ball, if you're looking to stack, ideally you're stacking from the right offenses but cheaply because the software is optimizing your roster automatically. Like you can theoretically stack Kelsey, Hill, and Mahomes, but you lower your expected value by just a shit ton because you're expecting all those guys to like outkick their ADP in best ball. Whereas if you're able to, hit on like a really cheap stack where the quarterback is drafted in like round 15 and you're able to find the wide receiver 2 in like round 11 and the tight end 1 in like round 7 or 8, like maybe you luck into like a percentage point of like extra expected value out of the draft. But in traditional sit start leagues, you kind of want that because that stack potential, a little bit of just like because they correlate as well. But I will say Kyler's a guy you can roll out there without having to play Christian Kirk.
To me, the reason to stack Kyler with Christian Kirk as opposed to trying to stack him with Hopkins is that if Kyler goes off and pays off big time on this 7th round ADP, it's because Hopkins and Kirk have awesome seasons. So you get the cheaper guy in Kirk. So I like to think about the stacks and like what do I need the quarterback for this? Like with Juju, I really want to stack him with Ben because I feel like Juju is extremely Ben dependent, like as we saw last season. So I really want to get Big Ben there because I'm basically already making a bet that he stays healthy this whole season if I take Juju. So I think not every stack works, but I think some stacks are really natural fits, and I think the Kirk Murray stack is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You're basically just betting on Arizona's offense being good. So you want as many pieces of that. Like Kirk would be a good value anyway.
Right. And so you've already made a bet on Arizona's offense and Kyler to take the second-year leap. Well, if he takes the second-year leap, it's very likely that Kirk also breaks out as a third year. So,
and the thing you got to think about with the stacks, right, is the stack isn't as important for the first 12 weeks or whatever. This is for we get into weeks 14 through 16, literally $500,000 to first. I believe second place is $50,000. I mean, just a catastrophic drop. You need to be hitting on some really high upside variance. I mean, this is like playing the Millie Maker, basically, and you would never not stack in the Millie Maker to try to take that down. So I think it makes a lot of sense there. And Blair, don't worry, we're gonna get your guy.
That's a good.
We're also kind of fortunate in that like we should be kind of live to win the league as well. And ideally, like, so week 1, we've already got our 4 starting wide receivers, 1 starting running back, I think, and Kyler, which is already our starting quarterback. And I mean, like, from a roster construction perspective, this just means we're not taking any more quarterbacks.
We're not taking another quarterback.
Yeah, like so we know that we've got 1 defense and 1 K, and we can kind of weight our allocations towards how we want to pick in the later rounds, because we were discussing this. But there goes Breda. I mean, some of the guys that we were looking at, especially the wide receivers, like that tier is just drying up, like pretty quick. I mean, like, Sean Siegel wrote like an article about it, like how if wide receiver is deep and running back is bottomless, and like, you know, we're already running into these names that I don't really care about having on my squad.
The FFPC is a tough format because guys take running backs early and then they take them late. Like, there's never a period where teams stop taking running backs because a lot of guys approach the flex as an extra running back spot. So you kind of have to be aggressive about making sure that you stop taking wide receivers at a certain point and get running backs, which I think we're going to need to do after this round.
Blair, do not worry. Your time is coming. I really think you should get the guitar down and play a song as we pick it.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Oh God.
It's happening. It is happening.
Sing us the ballad.
Make sure he gets there.
Yeah.
That's true.
We just gotta wait. Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot our plan for the 8th round.
Well, Blair, you might want to have a sad song ready in case he doesn't.
I'll work on it.
Have you thought
I already played funeral music once on this show for the Swift pick.
I like that you played funeral music for a pick we took, not a snipe.
Oh, there goes Hawkinson. Little tight end run here. The funny thing is that chat, if you've read Blair's recent article, you absolutely know.
Yeah, you should know who we're thinking.
If you haven't, then
it's a good time to start. It's a good time. If you haven't,
then you should.
Reading.
Yeah. Basically, and I'm not going to give it away, I'm just building to this. Blair wrote this article about how wide receiver age, and Blair's getting nervous.
Yeah, because it's sort of obvious.
These 2 guys might take quarterback, though.
There's no way he goes. There goes carry on. We could have locked up the backfield. I mean, man, we could have done the double.
I will say, like, you know, I really do enjoy drafting with you guys, but I may reach out to JGFC 721 and see if he wants a co-manager.
Hey man,
look at this team; it's sick. Saquon, Allen Robinson, Odell, Terry McLaurin, Ronald Jones, Will Fuller, Dak Prescott, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb. That's a sweet stack right there. Cheap with Pollard and Lamb.
Wow. Yeah. Well, do it. You guys go. This will turn into a try, and I like it.
Is this guy gonna fucking pick or what? Come on, let's go. Does Badge Slayer?
Yeah, what kind of asshole would
All right, get your music. Get your music, Blair.
All right.
Hear me out here, guys. I think there's another guy. I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm adding him to the squad so you can relax, Blair. Tell the people why we just drafted Mecole Hardman.
Because Mecole Hardman is the only second-year running back who is
what?
Running back?
What? Oh my God! You guys are getting in my head. No, only second.
Pause the draft. Tell the commissioner we don't want him.
You guys are messing me up. Yeah, no, only second-year wide receiver who is going to be 22 the entire year, who is coming off a season with at least 100 PPR points and who had just one of the most efficient seasons for a rookie wide receiver ever. So there are a lot of reasons to think that he'll get a lot more opportunity in year 2.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Hardman is, one, if he's a guy that we play, say during bye weeks or whatever, he's always going to have that upside. But then he's going to have massive contingent upside as well. If something happens with Sammy Watkins, say that he just is so damn good that those guys are useless. Like all of a sudden he's a guy that could easily be a weekly starter for us in the flex. So I share your enthusiasm for Mecole Hardman. This is one of the sickest wide receiver cores you can put together. I love that really, because we've taken these pit stops for George Kittle and Kyler Murray. I mean, we now are just filling out our running back 2 slot from a starting lineup perspective. We really have our flexes covered when you think about the Kirk and Mecole depth. So I think this draft is setting up really well for basically what we wanted to do.
Yeah, and there's some guys here. There's some guys here at running back.
Marlon Mack, he's still falling back to us, man. Just coming right. Come on, join the squad, boy.
There is a guy here that I think Pat might want that we would have to maybe think about taking. Maybe he'll laugh.
I think there's a guy here we all want.
Yeah, there's a guy here we all want.
Well, there is, but what I'm saying is if we take the guy we all want, then the guy that you really want might not make it back.
Yeah.
He might. There's just so many running backs that have been selected. Like Team 6 has one wide receiver and it's AJ Green, who the last time he played wide receiver was in week 10 of 2018.
You can't count on that though. Don't count on running backs to not get taken. They always get taken.
No, I know, but at some point, this guy needs to realize that like Kerryon Johnson, where he took him, is just like a horrible bet for him. Like what like you're taking like
this guy thinks the counselor's the sheep, dude. He's not taking wide receivers.
Yeah, this guy's just.
What do you think counselor would think of this team, Pat?
I think the counselor would literally be so angry with us. He'd just be beyond. He couldn't believe that we like think this team could ever be good.
What would he think of Team 6 though?
There goes Mac. Chase Edmonds goes.
God damn
it. Can we? This is going to be a good pick. This is going to be a good pick if he's here.
I'm pretty excited about this pick.
This guy needs a wide receiver. He took Tyreek Hill and Deebo Samuel. And Deebo Samuel is like not a lock to really start.
His team name is Mr. Hyde, and I assume that's after.
There goes the wide receiver and a tight end.
Consensus?
Zach Moss, let's do it. Book it.
Let's go.
Let's go. Boom.
Wow. That feels real good.
Oh, that is so nice. Anyone wants to book a bet with me that Zach Moss's ADP is 2.5 rounds higher than this come September 1st, slide into my DMs. That is a nice pick.
That's a nice. Yeah, I mean,
good.
I mean, so like so speaking of Mr. Hyde here, like, given our roster construction, I feel like if we take Carlos Hyde, like it wouldn't be the worst way to get like a handful of touches like early on.
Gosh, Carlos Hyde again.
Dude. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's one of those.
This is what is still in our email thread. Carlos Hyde.
Can we go back and take Dalvin Cook? I don't want Carlos Hyde on this team.
We're like 6 rounds away from even having to discuss that. Yeah. You're talking about Carlos Hyde right now.
God.
Yes. I mean, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because he's like a fairly okay anti-fragile case against Penny, who I haven't heard any news on.
But Penny doesn't even play.
Yeah, no, but Carson also was being he was rotating work with Penny before Penny tore his ACL by the end of it because he was.
I like this guy. He has contingent value on Bishop Sankey.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, this is a nice team. This is real.
I know. I really hate saying that too, because last year we had a pretty baller start, but somehow this is pretty good. Like I don't know. I don't know how we did it.
You're getting in the comments here.
We got someone making fun of Hasan's suggestion while blocking out Hasan's face in the live stream.
Yeah.
Hey,
welcome to the stream, Guilds.
Yeah. He's a high stakes guy, isn't he?
He looks like.
I'll tell you, Carlos Hyde isn't.
Daniel Jones.
The one hole, it does illustrate just like
the power
teams that you can make from the one hole.
One hole is sick.
That's a pretty filthy team.
Right? That Jordan Howard pick is
sticking
like
out.
one that I hate, but still the team is good.
Listen,
yeah, I mean,
JGFC 721 takes Boston Scott in the 10th. Like, I'm happy with our team, but hey, like, you know, just if you're looking for co-manager.
Yeah, Pat wanted to be co-manager with these guys. God,
that's an awesome team.
I was looking at our board from last year, and like we whiffed on literally every running back pick from round 10 on. Hines, Dion Lewis, Darwin Thompson. Oh, my heart hurts.
I know.
Brian
I can't
Hill,
believe you guys.
Brian Hill.
Maybe picked Dion Lewis in a draft last year.
Yeah, but Blair, we hadn't picked any running backs to that point. Like, what were we supposed to do?
And we still haven't after that point.
oh,
Yeah.
Blair hates running backs so much.
we did play this right because, yeah, I mean, what round did we take Moss and Pat? Was it
We got him in the 9th.
the 9th? Yeah.
And then we went with the wide receiver in the 10th.
I really have no idea how Moss's ADP is not in the 7th. Like he's the exact kind of guy that these FFPC drafters love. Like what's the difference between Zach Moss and David Montgomery? I mean, honestly,
there's a real divide on whether or not rookies are good picks this year. And, you know, I think some people are really worried about how they're going to fit in with the limited practices, but there's another school of thought that actually offenses will have an advantage. And I think that if any rookies are going to probably hit the ground running, it would be the running backs. So I don't mind being loaded at running backs, especially because you're getting them at a discount now. I think I said there's two schools of thought, but right now I think the prevailing wisdom is that you should let these running backs fall a little bit. The rookies, I mean, let all the rookies fall. So we're getting discount.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, and that is the thing. Yeah, to me, the concern is more with the wide receivers. I mean, we see it. Even the monster breakouts that were chasing the Odell and the AJ Browns, those happened in the second half of the season, and that wasn't even a COVID impacted environment. But we've seen year after year running backs. It's not rocket science to say it's not a massive intellectual exercise to run the football. You just come out, put it in your belly, and run. I'm sorry, Patrick Laird, if I just made your profession not seem as impressive as it is. The other thing that we benefit here from taking our shot on Kyler is, as I see Matt Ryan go off the board, I mean, this is the range where people are going to start drafting quarterbacks. So we are up next after this pick. Let's head over here and see what we got cooking.
So the guys that I assume you were talking about, Blair, that I wanted in the 10th were Boston Scott and Antonio Gibson. I have Zach Moss in the same tier as those guys, so I don't mind that we went Moss instead, but it is a bummer to miss out on Gibson and Scott are gone now.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about a wide receiver.
Oh, well, of course you are. Yeah, no, we don't have any running backs, so I was...
Yeah.
I was thinking you wanted Rager.
No, I mean, I love Rager, but there's just absolutely no defense
pick here.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if there's
I don't think that
I don't see the clear
person
pick.
you think is the clear pick is the clear pick.
Well, let's see who you think I think is the clear pick.
We're on the clock. Say who you think the clear pick is.
AJ Dillon.
I think I prefer Henderson to Dillon.
I like Henderson.
Yeah, I like Henderson.
I'm just relieved that you guys are on board to take a running back.
Rams homer from Pittsburgh.
What'd you say?
Hasan is a Rams homer, so we can't trust him.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm kind of a bad in that I like Henderson. I think Dillon makes it back to us for what it's worth.
Yeah, but
Dillon has a much better chance of coming back.
But there's also a guy that I like the next round.
Does he play this position, Blair?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
all right. We have
Henderson has no chance to come back, and Dillon has a 50% chance to come back.
What did you say Henderson's chance is, Pat?
0.
Like basically, it's like 10%, whereas Dillon's 50%.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to choose between Dillon and Darrington Evans.
6, 5. We got to pick.
All right, whatever.
We took Henderson.
Yeah, we'll get one of Dillon or Evans, I think, on the way back.
I know, and I wanted both of them.
I think there's a good reason to take or God, I'm gonna hit myself for saying this, but Jamal Williams again in like the 18th or 17th or 18th round.
I don't hate Jamal Williams this year, but we're still in the 12th round.
I know.
I guess the question is, who do we like better between Dylan and Evans now?
Well, I think I like Dylan with this particular team because we need someone that could get there without an injury. So Dylan could probably work into a committee, whereas Evans could work into a pass catching role, but
right. I actually think Evans probably has more standalone value right off the bat because he does not catch passes.
Yeah.
Although Dylan had a pretty good yards per route run in college. I know he doesn't profile as like the shifty guy, but I wonder if he could be on screens and stuff.
To be a pass catcher, but he's also competing with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams there, who are both really good.
That's true.
And Henry is only good at running.
Evans's biggest competition, I think, is Bobo Wilson.
Okay, I'm good with Evans. If you guys want to go with Evans over Dylan,
yeah, I'm actually good. So I was looking over like the Titans' depth chart behind Henry, and like it is fairly it's
sorry
for lack of a better word.
Pete, are you specifically bringing up comments when Hasan is talking that block his face, and then we read the comment instead of listening to Hasan?
I need to give Hasan the big screen.
Yeah, put Hasan somewhere else.
No,
it's
all good. We're having a good time. I to figure out why Wentz keeps falling, but I guess that's just me.
Yeah, we grabbed him in ours. Pat, there goes your boy Rager at 11-12.
You know what's going to happen. I mean, it's the construction. You can't get Rager when you do this. So, are you happy, Blair? Are you happy?
Am I happy? If we take Ruggs at 12-5, I'll be happy.
Oh yeah, we're not, Blair. We're taking a running back. We're not taking fucking Ruggs.
Pat's like, if I had to pass on Rager, you have to pass on Ruggs. I will say, last year we had an ideological draft. We drafted to prove a point, and we did prove that point successfully, mind you.
We came in second place.
This year, we are building a team to win $500,000. That's what we're doing.
We should have won if our opponent hadn't donked it up and started Marvin Jones with blow under center. He gets 12 points and beats us.
Only you, Hasan, would remember the exact specifics.
Yeah, I don't remember how we lost.
I do remember. We would have won, I think, if we started Laird over Rojo.
Yes.
Never forget that.
God, that's the hottest.
I don't think that's even true.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
You don't even have to look it up. I believe it.
Because Laird scored probably 4 points, so that's impossible.
Get out of here, dude. I'll boot you from the stream.
He had 19.
Watch that. I just booted Pat. So I couldn't talk.
You bastard. I'm now in the Hasan spot.
Yeah.
We move me back up.
Comment.
All right, we are on the clock. So are we doing Dylan or Evans?
I would say Evans. I mean, unless you think I was looking at the Titans' depth chart, and it's got guys like Sonoris Sperry, Dalen Dawkins, and Bobo Wilson. I don't know who the fuck these guys are.
Who are these
insane contingent value?
I think Evans could be like Kamara light.
Oh boy,
that's a take. I mean, so I kind of agree in that the Titans spent a lot of time in positive script last season. They never really played while trailing with a extremely deep, with a really deep lead. They basically got up by a score or 10 points, and then they just used Henry all the time. Because what are you going to do? Have Ryan Tannehill try and air it out and win? No, you're just going to try and run the clock out with Henry, and he's really good in that role. It's kind of an unsustainable winning methodology, if you will.
Neither one is likely to get back to us, so we just need to pick our favorite here, and we have about 20 seconds to do that.
I would go with Evans over Dylan, in the hopes that Dylan comes back to us. He won't, but
yeah, I think Evans is a little more likely to come back, but I would rather have him, so I think we should take him here.
All right,
it's done.
Okay, beautiful.
We continue to add our rookie running backs. I am completely happy with this team. I do think if I could go back, I would side with Blair and do either some kind of trying to get both Dillon and Evans with those 2 picks over Henderson. But I from an ADP standpoint, I get it.
Well, we did get Dillon on the way back, but I guess you're saying you'd rather have Dillon.
I'd rather have Dillon and Evans than
instead of Henderson.
Yeah, but maybe it's because I just read a tweet about how Joshua Kelly was going to be part of a 4-man committee today.
He can do kickflips in the side.
Nice to have all rookie running backs. I mean, just for the consistency, right?
It is true. I'm gonna get another beer. I normally don't drink on the weeknights, but this draft I need beverages for it.
Blair, who's that running back, the RB3 that you and Pat were talking about? We can take him as the final rounds as a
Calais, Raymond Calais, yeah.
As just a fuck you, Keyshawn Vaughn, conviction pick.
That is right. I don't think he's gonna make the roster, guys. I don't.
I would know.
I honestly don't think he's going to make the roster.
Do you think? I saw Freeman signed it with Drew Rosenhaus before we jumped on stream. Do you think he's likely to find a landing spot?
Oh man, I don't know how.
It's Drew Rosenhaus, man.
Somebody who's not on a roster.
I'm not really interested in Devonta Freeman.
There goes AJ Dillon.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts on Royce Freeman?
Well,
I actually like Freeman really late. I think
me too.
He probably still has a pass catching role in that offense.
I like that Pat's now the one that's blocked out. It's really nice.
This is just not my day, guys. The counselor's dunking on me. I'm the bottom man on the totem pole.
Everyone in the chat talk shit about Pat so I can cover up his face.
What the fuck, man? Come on. What are you doing? Rojo goes 502. We draft Marlon Mack. This has just been a terrible stream. Terrible stream.
At least Marlon Mack's off the squad, which is relief.
Are there any tight ends here at all? Because that is a bit of a concern. We don't have a backup. There's really not. We missed it, guys. There's no tight ends left.
I'm not too concerned. Realistically, Gerald Everett, Gerald Everett comes into play later. OJ Howard, I kind of like a little bit.
They're all gone.
Tight end is pretty. Oh wait.
No. There's guys like OJ Howard, Gerald Everett, Dawson Knox, Kyle Rudolph, Njoku, who are all guys who we can get later and what's the difference? Really, what's a tangible difference between them and Jay Sternberger?
There
goes Everett.
These are guys that we were picking up off waivers last year. So if we're going to be doing that anyway. We're already in a better position with tight end than we were last year.
Kittle has a week 11 bye, and so I think we could get this goddamn comment off the screen while I'm talking.
Hang on, I just want to say, I love it. It does make it look like Pat has a top hat, a monocle, and a mustache.
Unbelievable. Wait, why is ship chasing comment? Who's the...
Yo, you
who
didn't
has
see
our
that?
logo?
Hey.
This my own podcast is trolling me right now?
Oh yeah, the Sheep Crane.
I don't care for this.
Jungle Cats from our other main event draft. Pat was feeding me picks that he would have to argue with you in the main event. Oh my god.
Oh no, Jungle Cats! Look what you've done.
I love that. If that's true, Jungle Cats, send me a DM if that's actually true.
It was for the best piece.
Terrible advice. Who's terrible advice? I want to know what that's about.
Terrible advice is what the counselor told Pete when he read my article.
Yeah.
JK from Jungle Cats.
Yeah.
We can continue co-owning Pete.
Do you have to be Greg Dortch? Come on. I actually like him. Let's get him.
So
again.
Let's see here.
Remember when Antonio Brown was going in the 9th?
Everett and OJ Howard just went off the board.
Yeah, those are good picks, I think.
Back to back. So I think we just forget about tight end.
We don't.
I do too. I think we just ride with Kittle. He's got a week 11 bye. We can figure it out on waivers.
We'll figure it out on waivers. Who cares?
All right, we're up next. Sammy Watkins goes. Justin Jackson goes.
There's a couple of wide receivers I like here, though.
Guys,
I know. We need to stay focused, but there's a couple of wide receivers I really like here.
I don't even hate taking a wide receiver here.
Guys, we take a wide receiver here for sure.
Okay. All right, then we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think we take a wide receiver here.
You have someone in mind?
Yeah,
N'Keal Harry, right?
I've got a
N'Keal
bunch
Harry.
of people in mind. N'Keal Harry, Brandon Ayuk.
I was
We
thinking
can stop there.
You're thinking I was thinking Harry over Ayuk because we already have Kittle.
That's a good point. We're not going to stack him, so we should just pick a guy.
Yeah, and I kind of want to short all non-Kittle options.
Yeah, I mean, Harry's a good pick here because we don't really need him. So if his rookie season was actually a signal and he is out of the league in a couple years, then it doesn't kill us.
Yeah, but the issue with Harry's rookie season is just he was playing through it hurt. He made a handful of pretty strong plays when he had to. I like the pick a lot. We really don't need to.
I like Harry. I think there are just a lot of risks, but I'm okay drafting him here.
Yeah, I mean, if he breaks out in a big way, great. If he doesn't, this is why you draft 19 sick wide receivers.
I mean, the running backs in this range are basically just flyers. So to get one of the better prospects of the last few years. And then, I mean, he did have a terrible rookie season, which matters, but we're getting him at a big discount here.
Wow. Devonta Freeman goes at 13-10. That's rich.
I think you heard me talking about how Freeman hired Drew Rosenhaus and logically assumed that Drew Rosenhaus got him a new contract when it seems like he did get an offer from Seattle and turned it down.
We got Devin with a question for you, Hasan. How bad do you have to be on the Rams for Hasan to not be interested? Greg Dortch.
Josh Reynolds bad. I think.
Dortch is better than Reynolds, though, right?
I guess. No, Van Jefferson. That's the pick that should haunt Big Bay.
Hasan missed out on Akers. He missed out on Higbee, but we all tossed him a bone with the Darrell Henderson pick.
Darrell Henderson. Maybe if he does something good, I'll actually learn how to say his name properly.
I think he could be good. I think he could be more of the pass catcher than Akers.
Hey, I got an idea for our 14th round pick.
I bet you do.
I've got an idea too.
I bet you do.
All right, it won't be insane.
What? Trust me, if it's insane, you can already say it without fear. So let's just start.
Somebody might take him. It's Justin Tucker.
That's insane.
I really hope it's not.
I really hope it. Yeah, that's a. I mean,
no,
Hey God, I gotta hear this. Let's not shut him down. Blair, make your case.
All right, I'll go on mute then.
I mean, kicker is a position where at this point in the season, you don't know who's getting cut. There aren't that many guys that have the job security that Justin Tucker does. And I mean, it's a position we don't even have to worry about.
Hasan, are you in the draft applet?
I am.
I might need your help because my mouse is dying.
Yeah. All right. Do we want?
Hey, I'm in it too. Let me go queue up Tucker.
No.
Please, for the love of God, do not do that.
Any interest in Joshua Kelly?
Oh my God! That Joshua Kelly was a guy that I was interested in as a running back. There's a couple guys I like late, but I think they're going to still be there.
Greg Olsen just when we're on the clock.
It's Visca here.
Guys, we got
Visca. We're not going Ayuk because of Kittle. Visca's the last premium wide receiver target.
If you want to do you guys want to do Visca?
I'm telling you though, Justin Tucker is not making it back to us.
I know, but we need to pick.
That's really going to hurt.
Do we want to take Visca? Do we want to take a running back?
I'm putting that for Joshua Kelly.
We were starting a kicker who had appendicitis.
Blair, I can't do this.
Blair, I'm literally having to talk you into one of the best wide receiver prospects of the class who goes in an absolute ridiculous discount and is not going to play for the
We are done drafting wide receivers.
Are we done? We need to pick someone.
The Visca's in the queue, so it's happening in 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
And it happened.
See, I think he would have made it to the 15th.
He might have.
I think he might.
You know who else is going to make it to the 15th, Blair? Justin
Visca, we got him. We got him. The chat wanted Visca, and we got Visca. We didn't get Justin Tucker. We took Visca. Visca's gonna explode, baby.
This is what happens when my mouse dies. We draft our 19th wide receiver. All right.
All right. Do you want me to just throw every running back into our queue from here on out?
Yeah. Let's get a queue going.
No. Don't get a queue going. We can't tip our hands now. This is
God forbid we tip our hands. We've been talking.
Let me now read the greatest wide
Carlos
receiver.
Hyde just went.
Okay. I'm about to read off the greatest wide receiver crew ever drafted in a Football Guys championship. Here we go. Kenny Golladay, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk, N'Keal Harry, Laviska Shenault. Try beating that. Just try.
Mecole Hardman.
Wow.
That's sick. Couple comments here. There's one here. Laviska goes in the 17th, which is true. He sometimes does fall to the 17th, but there's no reason to get cute. He's an absolute steal in the 14th. And then here's another one here. Carl Jr. asks, is that map behind Pat highlighted with countries in which he has drafted Rojo?
Pat has a little board where he puts pins.
It has little pins in it. It's where I've drafted Rojo.
Rojo here.
Oh,
great.
Traded for Rojo here.
Got sniped on Rojo here.
So we're not drafting another quarterback. We're not drafting another tight end. We're not drafting another wide receiver. Boys, I think we know our mission for the rest of this draft.
That's why I brought up my idea. You guys didn't like it. That's fine.
But your idea, Blair, is still completely live, and it will be live for a few more rounds.
I mean,
No, I don't think.
I think it might.
All right, we'll see.
I think there's a real opportunity cost to that move because we're still weak at running back. We made our little fun detours over to wide receiver to get Harry and Visca. We need to come back to running back here, or we could be.
But the running backs we like last until the 17th or 18th round.
Some of them do, but actually, there's a guy on the board who usually is not here.
All right,
I think he's Hasan's boy.
Dion Lewis.
Dion Lewis.
Are you talking about?
I'm specifically trying not to mention his name.
Yeah. Antonio Brown went in the 50. That's a pretty long slide.
If you look at the redraft command center, it'll pop up. It's the top running back.
Yeah,
the top name in the command center.
Running back.
That we already talked about.
Yeah, we did talk about him. I almost picked him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that has to be the pick if he's there.
The guy we talked about?
Joshua Kelly. Who's on first thing here? We're talking about Joshua Kelly.
I'm done playing games.
Right.
Okay, everyone, we're taking Joshua Kelly here.
Please don't take him.
But we might take Justin Tucker.
Yeah, we got to keep people on their toes.
I mean, here's the thing, Blair. We're dropping Justin Tucker during his bye week. I'm not carrying two kickers. I won't do it.
Whatever.
Why haven't you written up your pro Justin Tucker article yet?
Yeah, where's this?
Gotta get on that. That's right.
Where are the kicking analytics from the long read?
I missed this one. Blair is trying to audition for a job at the New Look Roto World.
That's right.
Oh, that's hilarious. Devin also asked earlier if we were on auto draft. We're not. We got the pick.
No.
He was worried for us that we were just sitting here on auto draft without realizing it.
I honestly do love how this sets up. Obviously, there goes Joshua Kelly, whatever. There's going to be so much damn chaos over the next 6 weeks with the running back position. I mean, we just want as many bodies as we can get. And we're set up to do that.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, now I think there actually is a clear choice, and it's somebody you guys will probably like.
Wow.
Justin Tucker's still on the board, so I'm a little worried about what you're going to say.
I'm not going to say a kicker. We don't need to take a kicker.
But
Bowden, I am thinking of.
Yeah.
Bowden?
Yeah, I think Bowden's the pick too.
Yeah, I agree.
Fantasy Gumshoe here says McKinnon and then Bowden, but I think we'd go Bowden here first.
Yeah.
Our main event, we went
Jay,
Bowden and McKinnon came back.
Justin McKicker and then Bowden.
Where's Bowden? Pete, is your mouse still dead?
No, I fixed it. Swapped out the batteries. We're good.
Oh my god.
Nice. That's professionalism.
Wait,
The backup batteries ready.
is Hasan in here under the burner? Justin Tucker goes. Thank you. Whoever just saved us.
That's Blair.
Thank God.
All right, we're all in agreement on Lynn, right?
Yeah, Lynn.
So,
Yeah.
From me.
Oh, okay. All right. So our running backs now.
Guys, I hope you guys have a plan for kicker then.
Yeah.
We don't.
I'm pulling up Spotrac right now to see who might have guaranteed money.
You did this. This was your method for best balls. I like it.
It's just, I think
That's true. That's the only thing that matters at kicker at this point is who's not going to lose their job.
yeah, unless they start like whiffing kicks, in which case then it's like, oh, yeah, we're really not paying you a lot, right? Okay, get out of here.
Koo usually goes pretty late. I like him. We could try to get Arizona's kicker, whoever that guy is.
Man, the Niners are paying Gould as much money as like the Ravens are paying Tucker. Just what the fuck are they doing?
Gould is a good pick though because he's not going to lose his job.
He's old. He's like a high risk COVID-19 case.
I mean, he actually is.
Yeah, had we gotten Rojo, I was preparing for a joke about how Rojo is the anti-fragile COVID-19 pick. But
Man, is that I can't wait. We got to look at the ADP Explorer and see if that's the highest that Rojo's gone in any football guy's draft.
Or any just like FFPC draft. Yeah. So
We
So
lose?
nah.
Yeah, I somehow dropped off, but I'm back.
All right. FFPC redraft dashboard. At Rotoviz.
We are thinking running back here, right? If one gets back.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a name we have in mind here? There is one in my mind,
I like it.
Yeah.
but it's probably early for him. I'm thinking Eno.
Yeah, I
same
think
with-
we could
I'm with
probably
Eno.
wait on Eno, but I wouldn't have any problem going with Eno, especially you know what, because of the Kyler pick, the Kirk pick, getting that, maybe
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
the running back down the stretch, be pretty sick.
I mean, like at this point, it's just throwing darts, right? Like what's the difference between Eno's expected points and like anyone else's?
Yeah, I think the only real consideration is that does tend to go later, so you could maybe get both, but who knows?
Yeah, so we will be picking at pick 185. I would say if McKinnon falls, I'd be interested in him. I mean, his ADP is 183, and then you have a
I'd
really
be interested
chance
in
of
him.
getting at the next pick.
You have like a 60%, 65% chance of at the next pick, so
Yeah, I'd be
You
interested.
like McKinnon better than Jamal Williams?
I do.
I do too.
There was rumors that they might cut Jamal Williams.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that it was on ESPN, right? Like beat writers speculate. I don't know why they do that. Like they've got him on like such a cheap deal, and why would they want to roll into the season with Dylan and Aaron Jones and Javarius Cadet? I want to say. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Like that's just like a typical beat writer head up your ass speculation.
I want to address Roto Run's concern here.
I was just about to too. Go for it.
Well, there's a thing. We got a ticket. This is like, we got a playoff challenge ticket, but there is a button on the FFPC thing that says you can pay with cash if you want. So we let Pete do that.
Yeah, I mean, I had them all pay me out so I could. Let's see, what do we got here?
So we're on the clock.
I think we grab McKinnon here. This is a pretty nice slip. I think we can get Eno. I didn't realize we were on this side of the draft. If you guys really want Eno, I don't mind.
I might prefer Eno
I'd
to
rather have
McKinnon.
Eno than McKinnon, but
Yeah.
I kind of like with the construction, and it's one of Blair's guys. It's kind of fun.
I just roll over to you bullies.
He's the backfield dominator leader of the class.
Yeah, let's get Eno.
Do you know what I am upset about, Blair, now, to your initial point, that we could have had all rookie running backs?
Right?
We
Except for
should do.
Henderson.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean.
Because we could have done the Dylan Evans combo there.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I love making my teams
There
really,
goes Jamal.
really meaningful. Like, this is my all rookie running back team.
Yeah.
I mean,
What pick did Rojo go in this draft?
502.
So that's like
I'm gonna be able to tell you that a year from now.
pick 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
earliest he's gone before this is 58.
Oh, my God. That's so good.
What the fuck is this guy's deal?
I think the reason is he's
got a great
under
team.
his- I think the reason he's drafting under a pseudonym
It might be
is
Sean.
because
Might be Sean.
It honestly
I think-
might be Sean. Team
it
sick.
might be Ronald Jones.
Honestly, I would feel a lot better if it was Ronald Jones. One, because obviously you're going to take yourself well ahead of ADP, and two, what a sick team. I mean, I'm so psyched to be a fan of this guy.
I love this burn by guilds. Your roster will be so good, it will be hard to decide who to put in your flex. It truly is the worst problem to have, guilds. I mean, I am just hating deciding between all these good players to play. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We
I
getting we're not. Oh yeah.
I guess I could share the draft board. Is that what people care about?
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the things I think we talked a little bit about in our wrap up show last year was like reducing decision points, and we were by midseason just chasing at DE like relentlessly, and then at RB2 relentlessly, and we're still kind of going to be chasing at RB2 a little bit, but like I don't know, man. I mean, like we discussed whether or not we wanted RBs, but like part of it's just I don't know. It's fun tilting everyone.
Here's the thing with this format is that because you have 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes, and it's tight end premium, the roster spots, the starting roster spots are a little bit reduced from some of the other high stakes formats, and it makes getting really valuable guys in the starting tight end spot, the starting quarterback spot, more important than you might in a typical league. So going with like a true 0 running back build here, I also do like that we started with Kittle and we got Kyler Murray, because there's a path here, a pretty realistic path to us kicking people's ass at quarterback, kicking people's ass at tight end, kicking people's ass at both wide receiver spots, both flex spots. And then we just need to figure out a couple running backs and we're crushing. So I think that's one of the things we did differently from last year. Last year, we punted tight end completely. We figured we could figure that out on waiver wires. You can with tight end, but it's harder to also figure that out on waivers and figure out running back on waivers at the same time.
I completely agree. That was our big mistake. We say big mistake last year. We got fucking second place in the league punting running back in tight end. I mean, in a tight end premium format. If you want to know about how firepower works at wide receiver, go look at that team last year and how it played out. And now this year, we waited. Kyler was our quarterback. We punted quarterback last year too. We got him in like 12th or 13th.
Yeah.
So now we have stuffed our starting lineup with massive firepower at every single position except RB1, essentially. So you're telling me we just have to figure out one position at the most volatile, anti-fragile position in all of football in a season that sets up for the most chaotic, anti-fragile environment in the history of the NFL? Giddy up. Giddy up.
Also RB2 because we're banking on DeAndre Swift eventually taking over Kerryon Johnson, he's called himself not a bell cow back.
DeAndre Swift is a pretty nice pick. Like at the time, I felt lukewarm about it, but looking back, I do really like that pick. I think there's the Lions offense had a lot more running back receptions than you would think because they split them up amongst so many different guys. And like Ty Johnson in particular was incredibly ineffective on those receptions. So there was no fantasy value in them, but there could have been fantasy value in them.
JD McKissick as well.
JD McKissick, although he wasn't nearly as bad as Ty Johnson, but yeah, JD McKissick isn't a world beater either. So
and also Danny Amendola.
Right. So, and the other thing that's interesting is Kerryon Johnson had an ADOT. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get a pick.
We have 2 more picks before we have to do kicker and defense. Not saying we don't have to go in that order. Is anyone jumping out to you guys here?
I kind of like Ito, Snell, Burkhead,
Snell is interesting.
Snell is interesting.
Ito and Snell are interesting.
Snell for me. I feel like there were other guys that we got in our draft, Pete. Am I blanking? What?
There's only a 45% chance Koo makes it back. Just saying.
The kicker is logged in.
You hate running backs so much. You want to take kickers over them.
That's true.
Do you guys? I kind of like Snell. What about you guys?
I'm with you on Snell. Yeah.
All right, let's do Snell.
We need another non-rookie on our team since we already ruined that. So.
We ruined it.
There's also Royce.
Oh God,
I like Royce.
I think he'll hang around.
I like Ito too. I mean, Ito's really gross, but so's Gurley.
Yeah, we are about the 0 RB, man. We might be small. We might be attacked by the counselor, but we will reign supreme. This is the year.
Please send this draft to the counselor. Tell him that you saw me tweeting it out.
Yeah. Say that you drafted, and say you drafted right next to him.
Tell him I'm trying to brag about this draft on Twitter. He'll get so mad.
Oh my God.
Team 101 is really sick. It just shows you how that an early draft slot advantage compounds, and it's kind of just got me thinking the 3rd round reversal should start becoming the standard here a little bit. Just like McCaffrey, Eckler, Edwards-Helaire. If it was more even McCaffrey, Eckler, Juju Smith-Schuster is a hell of a start, but I mean, at least you're reducing that expected points from just those 3 guys, man. It's ridiculous from a median perspective. And DJ Chark is your wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Hey. No, never mind. I was looking at that. I thought Diggs was on the board and we still took Swift.
Devin was asking if Atlanta might sign Devonta Freeman if Gurley were to get hurt.
Actually, yes.
I don't think so. I don't think Freeman would do it. I think he's got too much bread.
David's logged back on.
Hey.
It's too late for us, man. It would be wild
David,
too.
We specifically took DeAndre Swift in the 6th so that we didn't have to take Keyshawn Vaughn in the 7th.
Blair, now is the chance. If you want to make a case for a kicker here, I am willing to finally listen.
Look, I had a kicker I wanted. He's gone now. We might as well just not even draft one.
We literally have to. All owners must draft a complete team that includes all positions. If an owner fails to do so, their last picks will be forfeited and replaced with the missing positions. Please see the rules for more information.
I do have a kicker suggestion.
Jake Elliott is not terrible.
They're the better kicker. They're the better kicker than him.
I want to hear Blair and Hasan have a kicker battle.
Yeah.
Matt Prater is not terrible.
Is he even on it?
We're going with the Detroit. Little Galladay, little Swift, little Prater.
What about Koo?
I like Koo.
I actually like Jamie Fairbairn.
Chris Boswell is not terrible.
There goes Fairbairn. We are up next.
No.
Knife on Fairbairn. That hurts.
But I think I did hear Blair mention he liked Ito. Ito's still there. Do we want to take Ito?
I would definitely take Ito.
Yeah, I think.
Ito's a good pick. I like Ito.
I mean, who else is behind Gurley?
Brian Hill.
Right.
And Quadri Allison.
Yeah.
But he's more of a goal line guy, and Hill's not much of a pass catcher. So Ito's really the only pass catching guy behind him.
Yeah, it's a good toss-up.
The most engagement we have had in the chat all night has been people listing kickers. I mean, this is
because these are all Denny Carter burner accounts.
They're also listing everyone.
We're in the 18th. Does that mean our next 2 picks have to be kicker and defense? So if we want Freeman, maybe we should take him.
I just drafted Ito.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say we could have had the draft suggest like whether or not we should take Ito versus like Freeman, but if we really wanted to move for Freeman early, we could.
Quadri would be a good fit for the quad.
Oh, I love
I
that.
will say, like, we took Jamal Williams really late last year, right? He ended up being a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes those gross veterans, they really pay off. We should have drafted Royce. I think someone in the chat was saying Royce, and you were right.
That was the last one. It really cracks me up that like Deion Lewis is on the Giants because like imagine like week 3 or whatever, and the Giants break the huddle and Saquon Barkley is no longer in. It's like Deion Lewis trotting out. Like, what would you do like as a defender, just like looking at this Deion Lewis character? Like, just like, are you serious with this shit?
You're saying Deion Lewis doesn't strike the fear in an opposing linebacker anymore?
Not anymore, man. Strikes the fear in my heart because we picked him so high last year too.
And then we went back to the well and got Darrington Evans. We want that pass catching running back in Tennessee, man.
The first one, look, man walked in the moon all those years ago, and we're gonna be the first ones to like start the right depth pass catching running back on Tennessee or die trying.
Those are definitely comparable.
Our quest might be harder.
Ours might be harder. Yeah, I agree.
So
We
glad
don't have
that
a team of engineers behind us.
we got to do a pure 0 RB team. That would have been devastating if we had like the 3 pick. That would have been really shitty.
I'm really happy about it. Although, to be honest, we would have just taken Michael Thomas. Let's
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
All right, what kicker are we going here, guys?
I don't know. Hasan was pulling up the contracts.
Brandon McManus,
Right.
Chris Boswell, Dan Bailey. I saw people in the chat.
Does
saying,
Bailey have a lot of guaranteed money? I think Boswell does, though.
Yeah, so 43.4% of Boswell's contract is guaranteed.
Who cares if they get cut? It's not a best ball team. We can pick up a guy off
Yeah,
waiver.
that's true.
Who cares? Let's just pick a guy who's going to score points like early.
Because we don't want to have to be doing this at running back and kicker.
Well, Blair, there's going to be more competition for the running backs. We can get the kickers for $1.
Yeah. So like Boswell's actually being paid like $7.3 million this year. No, that's total guaranteed. My bad. Never mind. He's getting his average contract is actually $4.2 million only.
Okay. Why does it matter? We just want to kicker on a good team. We'll play the waivers.
Because he won't lose his job in the in cutdowns.
Ben Gretsch is logged in the chat. Ben, tell us what you think of this team, bro.
Help us pick a kicker, Ben.
Ben,
we need one.
Pick a kicker. God.
Look at this team, Ben. The quad. Look at that bad boy.
Prater week 5 bye. That's a good point.
That's a good point.
I mean, picking a kicker with a late bye makes more sense to me than picking one with a good contract. Given that it's not a best ball team.
Has Jason Myers been drafted?
I swear that we're just shouting out names now.
Jason Myers is like on Seattle.
All right. I'm going to the 4-for-4 rankings because this is a 4-for-4 sponsored podcast. So
is there
do we have
the kicker stack plus EV? There you go. Who
do we have
Arizona's kicker?
Zane Gonzalez is gone. We should just is Elliott still there? We should take Elliott.
Elliott's there.
Yeah, let's take Elliott. He's ranked pretty high by Paulson.
Yeah, can someone look up his contract?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm not picking him unless he has guaranteed money, guys. I just want
$3.9 billion.
Week 9 bye though. That's earlier than cool.
We're gonna lose the league now.
God, look at this. Look at this team.
Let me look up. Do we have any schedules for like defenses?
Yeah, what are we looking for?
High scoring shootouts. I think like leads to more turnovers.
Oh, you mean in like week 1?
Week
You
1
want
is
to stream defense, right?
Yeah, you just want turnovers. You want turnovers and sacks.
Yeah. Dallas
points don't really matter.
David, you have added a new wrinkle. Has Lynn Bowden been drafted?
Yeah, we got Lynn Bowden.
Yes, the counselor, Pat, is now turned into a frog, and the counselor does not approve of this team.
Can someone get a sheep avatar? So this would be a good clip to share on you. Please, anyone with a sheep avatar, your comment will be highlighted.
Yeah, the defenses. I want to say I had looked at this earlier for Pat and I's main event team. The Chargers had a nice week 1.
Yeah, the Rotoviz strength of schedule streaming app is live.
Breaking news. Ladies,
for a while.
The Rotoviz strength of schedule streaming app is live.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Chargers, they have a good pass rush, right? And they had a good matchup week 1, correct?
They got they're West.
Do they have? I mean, with Tyrod or maybe Herbert, are they putting up a lot of points?
It doesn't matter. We only need them for like 1 week against like rookie QB. The only difference is they're West Coast team traveling east, but like
we just need them to get home on Burrow.
Right. Okay. Cincinnati in week 1. That's not bad.
We can just drop them after that.
Yeah, then we're just like churn.
I don't know about you guys, but I think it'd be fun to have a defense for like the whole season. Just kind of put a ring on it, and
that's what this guy was thinking when he drafted Pittsburgh.
I do enjoy that Royce Freeman is still in the queue. Let's leave Royce Freeman in the queue.
Did we say we're going to LA?
Yeah, let's go LA.
All right. Boom.
That's our team.
Oh,
guys, what a journey we have been on tonight. I'm going to read the squad. I want to get your guys' final takeaways, and then we will bid everyone adieu tonight. Here's our team. At quarterback, the one and only, and when I say only, I mean only, Kyler Murray. Our running backs. You might not see much, but boy, do we see the potential. Boy, do we see the long game here. DeAndre Swift, Zach Moss, Darrell Henderson, Darrington Evans, Lynn Bowden, Eno Benjamin, Benny Snell, and Ito Smith. And then the crown jewel, the bedrock, the foundation of the quad managed squad. Julio Jones, Kenny Galladay, AJ fucking Brown, Cortland Sutton, Christian Kirk, the stack, Mecole Hardman, Blair's hard on, N'Keal Harry, Laviska Shenault. The chat goes wild. At tight end, a cornerstone piece, a man who will anchor us all season, George Kittle, and wrapping it up, the Los Angeles Chargers team defense, and Jake Elliott. Ladies and gentlemen, the quad managed team.
Yeah, baby.
$500,000 team here.
There it is. Blair, what are your few takeaways on this draft?
I think that we couldn't have done any better unless we had picked Justin Tucker, but that's pretty good.
Hasan, takeaways.
Yeah, I mean, we initially started not even thinking about going 0 RB, and we just were like, fuck it. Like, let's do it live the second we started recording. Just couldn't do it. Just could not do it,
We had to do it. The people have to be triggered by us having an email thread deciding who we're going to start each week. Christian Kirk, Cortland Sutton, or Mecole Hardman at wide receiver 4. Pat, what's your takeaway?
Well, my big takeaway is that Ronald Jones went at 5.02, and that is just brutal. So that really hurt. Can you please take the comment off my face? I'm trying to talk.
I like imagining you doing the chef's kiss while talking about the team.
Please take the comment off.
That was
trying to give my rundown.
A Rojo pick right there.
But I will say, I want to pull the curtain back a little bit. We had discussed going 0 running back. We had discussed going with a running back in round 1, round 2. And Blair told me, look, man, I really hate running backs. I hate them so much. If you agree to go 0 running back through round 6, we can take Rojo in round 7. And I was like, boys, we're going 0 running back. And of course,
Rojo
goes in the 5th.
I feel like we all got something. I mean, Blair got his guy, Mecole Hardman. Pat got Laviska Shenault. Hasan has been wanting Akers or Swift. He got Swift. I am the biggest Christian Kirk truther on the planet. We got the Kyler Kirk stack. This was a meritocracy. We spread the wealth. We spread the picks. We did it, guys.
It feels good.
It feels good. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Be sure to, we've referenced a lot of Rotoviz stuff over there. Blair, Hasan, the whole team over there are crushing it. Thank you to our sponsor, 4for4, for Pat Carrain, for myself, for Blair Andrews, For Hasan, this has been Ship Chasing. We will see you guys next time.